The MMORPG genre just got one of its biggest announcements in recent memory, honestly. At Summer Game Festival this year, Guild Wars 3 was officially revealed, marking the return of one of the most iconic online MMO franchises. While the full release still might be some time away, we won't have to wait forever though to get our hands on it, with a beta officially confirmed for fall 2027. So, yes, there is some waiting, but at least we're going to have something to talk about up until it's actually launched. For all of the MMO fans out there, this is more than just another major MMO game reveal. Every major MMORPG launch has the potential to basically reshape the genre, introduce new ideas, redefine what we think about our next virtual world. The question now is just very, very simple. Can Guild Wars 3 become the next great MMO? In today's video, we're breaking down everything that's been announced so far and everything we've learned from the developers as well. If you enjoy this video or want to stay up to date with more Guild Wars 3 news and updates, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. With that being said, let's jump right into it. First things first, let's look at their official website, which is guildwars3.com. I highly recommend that if you haven't already, check out this website and sign up for the newsletter and beta test, because this will allow you to actually stay in the know of all the latest and greatest information. Right off the bat, we see a headline called A Modern Evolution of the MMO. What exactly that modern evolution is, we don't really know yet, but time will tell, and fingers crossed that it stays far away from all of these recent MMO lights that have been launched, where there's only groups of like 4 to 6 in dungeons and instance-based content. We don't want that. We want open world. We want to interact with everyone around us as much as possible, and we want a true MMO experience. So again, fingers crossed that that is exactly what we get, and time will tell on what exactly this modern evolution is. As you scroll down, you'll see the Guild Wars 3 official trailer, which again, that was kind of like some of the B-roll footage on how this video started off, and this is where the juicy stuff comes in. So right off the bat, what is Guild Wars 3? Guild Wars 3 is an action-adventure MMORPG, a modern evolution of the genre that blends rich action combat, character building, and skill collection. So right off the bat, we know that there's action-based combat. It's not entirely tab target. Maybe there's a mix and match of both action-based and tab target, but we know at least action combat will be included. Which again, if you guys know me, I was a huge fan of New World Eternum, especially its action-based combat, so fingers crossed that it's similar to that. It continues to say that set in the enchanting frontier of Or, the world brims with mystery, magic, and wonder. Play solo or form a band of adventurers, forging impactful and enduring bonds with fellow players, a formative cast of memorable NPCs, and the nature spirits that call Or home. This is what scares me a little bit. And again, maybe this is just me, but this type of language is heavily used for MMO lights, right? Play solo or form a band of adventurers. I really hope that it's not saying, oh, you can party up with like 3 or 4 other people and get through a small area and then just go your separate ways and just play offline the entire time. We really do need a legitimate MMO RPG with everything you want, like unique builds, open world PvP, instance PvP, engaging endgame repeatable content, a whole marketplace and trading system, chase items, and everything else in between. So I really, really do hope that that is what we get with Guild Wars 3. There's some other information here as well. It calls out a few kind of like key systems in the game, like how you can glide, leap, sprint, and ride your way across the frontier in every single corner of the map. We also saw in like the trailer how you can like scale a mountainside, so there is some climbing, and just overall movement seems to look pretty good if it's somewhat close to the footage we saw in the trailer itself. It calls out too that it has a one-of-a-kind movement system that transfers your momentum between modes of travel, which again, all of us have played games in the past where it just doesn't make sense. Like this is saying like, oh, if you're sprinting forward and you stop, maybe you take a few other steps just to slow down. Realistic movement systems will definitely have a unique feel to MMOs, so fingers crossed that they succeed in that, because that really does make or break a ton of MMOs. And of course, Master Action Combat. Master a combat system where depth is achieved through strategic skill use, positioning, and movement. This is all good stuff right here. This is saying it's open world, you gotta actually position yourself, it's skill based, it's action based, you're not just clicking the same button over and over again. This is what I'm very, very excited about, and fingers crossed that we get exactly what we are looking for. I do want to call out too that if you are enjoying Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2, don't stress out, because the developers did confirm that they have full intention of continuing to support both of those games for many years to come. The other thing I did want to call out, in regards to Guild Wars 3, this will be launching for console as well. That's very positive in regards to expanding the overall population base in the game, but my one concern is if they make the controls a little bit too controller focused, impacting the gameplay on PC. Again, this is probably just a very small concern, and I don't think we're gonna have to stress too much about it, but I did want to mention it to start the conversation in the comments below. As always, if you haven't already for this game, be sure to check out Guild Wars 3 on Steam and add it to your wish list just to make sure you're staying up to date and you don't miss anything in the coming months and even years regarding Guild Wars 3. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for some more Guild Wars 3 content coming soon. Also, let me know in the comments below on some of the things that you are expecting or really hoping for that will be included in Guild Wars 3. Thanks again, and I'll catch you guys later.